Hey, welcome to Kana Shimi's Corner. It's my second interview of the day. Can you believe how jam-packed it is? I'm here with Kyle Hebert. Want to say hi to the fans?
Well, hello, fans.
Maybe you might have scared half of them. I'm not sure.
I know. I'm sorry. You know, the voice actors are insane. We have all these insane little different sounds in our head that sometimes they're just clawing to get out, and it just happens. I apologize for that.
It's okay. We still all love you.
Yay, I feel the love.
Hopefully we can get Stuttering Craig in here for another really intense, radio hug, which is what we had featured on the site before.
Awesome.
Now, my IRC channel is going crazy right now. They're all shouting Shidouken and Hudoken and all those insane Street Fighter moves, and so I have to ask you about your experience on Street Fighter 4.
All right, excellent. Man, boy. Well, with video games, the recording process happens, many months before release, and then, they get animated, within a year or two before release. So we had kind of a fly by the heel of our pants, shoes. How do you say that phrase? I'm not thinking straight right now.
Miss your morning coffee.
Yeah, I miss my morning coffee. You just caught me on the end of a nap here, so I'm like, whoa, I'm waking up. Hello, world. Yeah, we didn't have completed footage, and a lot of the time when you record a video game, there's no finished footage to dub or look at. We have Japanese audio that we could reference in terms of timing, but other than that, it's a producer from Capcom there, and my good buddy Taliesin Jaffe was directing, and I got pulled in. And I remember when I first auditioned, and I was like fanboying out on the inside, going, "Oh my god, I can't believe I'm trying out for this," And then been learning that I got like one of the most iconic video game characters of all time. It's like, wow, that's a huge notch in the resume there. And then I'm a gamer too. I always kind of sucked at playing Street Fighter. Unfortunately, I'm more of a button masher, so Soul Calibur is a little more in my vein. But obviously, I picked up a copy of Street Fighter 4 when it came out, and I'm still terrible at it, but I have a lot of fun playing as my own character. That's kind of the biggest rush I get as a voice actor is just getting to play the character that I voice. And then, of course, hear all the great feedback from the fans and everything. I know Street Fighter is huge. It's kind of a funny crossover thing with video games. Anime fans love video games, but video game players don't necessarily know or understand anime, but everyone knows what Street Fighter is. So when I toss out credits and say, "Oh, you're a voice actor, what can I hear you on? Family Guy, Futurama?" It's like, well, no, not yet anyway. You heard of Street Fighter? Oh yeah, I love Street Fighter. It's like, oh yeah, Ryu, like Ryu, tomato with the pronunciations. But it's like, well, they told me it was Ryu when I recorded, so yes.
Well, essentially, when it comes to Street Fighter, I'm terrible at it too, and I love fighter games, so don't feel bad.
Okay, yeah, button mash, button mash, button mash. I talk to people all the time that live and breathe this stuff, and they know the combos by heart, and they can execute the super moves and everything. And it's like, I can't really do it, not with the Xbox controller. I wish I could, but I don't want to drop $150 for the fancy schmancy arcade stick. I'd like to have one. If you guys want to give me one, I'll take it. But other than that, I'm just going to stick to the regular stuff. Hadouken! Shoryuken!
Oh, my IRC is going to go nuts after that. They've been begging me for the past 2 hours for me to make you say that, and I didn't even have to make you do it.
Nah, I'm wacky that way. Some people are like, no, you have to pay me to do my voices. I'm like, nah, I'm whatever. It comes out of me all the time, just free flowing.
But hopefully one of them will give you an arcade stick for it. He'll be your best friend. No.
That's right. Yay. Yay for favors. The answer lies in the heart of battle. Now give me an arcade stick. I keyed.
Very entertaining. What did you have a lot of problems at all with like the grunts and the fainting and the hayas and all that stuff, or was that actually just a lot of fun for you?
Oh, it's always a blast. Anytime I get to get behind the mic in the booth, you know, because the life of a voice actor is freelance. You know, you only work when they call you. So you kind of got to hustle. And when that phone's not ringing, you got to be doing something else to pay the bills. And right now, nothing else is paying the bills. Kind of a stressful life. But once I'm actually booked on something, doesn't matter what it is, big part, small part, episodic character, you know, a random guy in a restaurant, you know, I just have a blast with it. So I got to kind of cut my teeth on the loud yelling, throat ripping stuff from years ago on the very first show I started on, which is this little independent show that no one's ever heard of called Dragon Ball Z. So yeah,
oh, I'm sure nobody's heard of that one.
Yeah, it's this obscure little show. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I would get dizzy, screaming at the top of my lungs, doing 5 Kamehameha and all this stuff, and I did kind of tear up my throat on Street Fighter just a little bit, and even more so in other games like the Watchmen game, or let's see, Red Faction Guerrilla earlier this year, and Wolfenstein for Xbox and PS3. I mean, at the end of the session, I just sounded like this, and I was, you know, drinking hot tea with honey, and nothing was working. My voice was shot for the whole day, and sometimes the day after.
Did you think at all that you would ever, like, maybe permanently damage your voice?
No, I haven't been really too worried about that. And luckily, with games and anime, I think through the years, producers understand that, you know, you can only tax the human voice for so long. It's gonna go out at some point if you're gonna do that. And luckily, if you've got a character that has a good bit of dialogue and then a bunch of yelling, they'll save the hardest part and the yelling and the fight reaction stuff till the end of the session, well, which is good. You know, you want to be able to have your voice full on.
Definitely, especially if you have something to do the next day or the next day, and you don't want to come in like whispering like you just, you know, coughed up a lung.
Right. I had this problem where I recorded just 2 hours on the Watchmen video game, and the next day I had a Naruto session to record as my character Kiba, and my voice was so shot, and the engineer could tell. It's like, dude, what did you do? Gargle razor blades? And I go, no, I recorded on a video game yesterday. I didn't even sound like that. It sounded like this, sort of. Like, wow, did you hit the bottle? I'm like, no. I did. And, you know, my voice was cracking and all this stuff, which I guess is fine because my character is, 12 at the time on the show. Here I am, 40, playing a 12-year-old. Or a 12-year-old with a mortgage. No, rent payment anyway.
Maybe there's some puberty problems there. Who knows?
Yeah, you know, growing pains, literally.
That's actually very interesting. On Naruto, how do you react to the fandom? Because there are so many people who love that show.
Well, with a lot of the shows that I've been on, you know, the fans are always 5 steps ahead because they'll watch it in Japanese first, and, you know, that version will hit, you know, years before the dub comes out. So, you know, Dragon Ball Z fandom, of which I was a fan from 5 years previous, watching the Ocean dub from Canada, which is the only, you know, highly edited but extremely popular version that first came to the States in English. And Naruto, of course, the kids started wearing the ninja headbands and stuff in like 2002. And, you know, fast forward to fall of 2005, Cartoon Network starts airing the dub. And then a few months later, you know, right after I, you know, hit LA and moved all the way from Texas, my good buddy Steve Bloom kind of got me in auditions for them. And I got to try out for not only Kiba, but Orochimaru and Guy Sensei and some other characters. And I got Kiba, which I'm very, very proud because he's a fan favorite. And Yeah, it's a cool show, you know, and still to this day, it's still wildly popular, you know, with Shippuden airing on Disney XD, and the games are coming out, and people are just eating it up like crack. You know, I'm very, very proud, very, very happy to be attached to anything that just really connects and resonates with the fans.
Well, congratulations for being in a long time running anime, and then one that has had maybe 20 to 30 games.
Yeah, yay franchises. Love getting that call and they say, got another Naruto game. It's like, hello, nurse, yay.
Awesome. And on that note, before we get back to the interview, because I would like to announce this, we have a Naruto poster for the game Ninja Council 4 to give away. I mean, it's free. All you have to do is email me at kanashimi@918thefan.com. That's KANASHIMI@918thefan.com. So make sure to send your emails in. The 9th person will win a free poster.
Man, they're so lucky. I don't even have a copy of that game, and I'm on it.
Well, I can't say that I can get you a copy of the game, but if you want a poster, I can get you that.
Nah, that's okay. That's okay. I've got way too much stuff in my play. My apartment is like a pile of stuff with a roof on it as it is. So it's like, I do have a big Ryu poster on it. Anyone who follows me on Stickcam knows that I have this big 6-foot tall poster behind me that ends up on the webcam show.
So do you get a lot of prizes and gifts at conventions from fans?
I do. I've got like 2 boxfuls of like fan art, and then some friends or our fans will just give me merchandise. I usually end up just going through the dealer's room and finding merchandise with my characters on it, just because I'm just a nerd that way. It's like, I gotta get stuff with my guy on it, like, yay. One of the things I always wear to conventions, especially on Saturday, because that's the busiest day of the con, I've got some custom jeans that have my main characters painted on there with fabric paint, and it's like everyone goes, dude, I love your pants, and I go, I do too. And this fan of mine, I want to give a shout out, Tony Ambrose in South Texas. He contacted me a couple months before a con a couple years ago and said, hey, what size do you wear and what do you want on your pants? I design, you know, I do anime artwork on fabric and stuff. Like, dude, that's awesome. And then I interviewed him for my YouTube show, Kyle TV, and, you know, gave him a plug and everything. And I wear those pants every con, even the one this weekend, Anime LA. I'll be wearing them.
So make sure to see him there. But we're going to be right back. We're going to go to break really quickly, so don't worry. And Kyle Hebert is not going anywhere. At least I hope not. Ever wonder what's going on in the anime world? Check out 918 The Fan every weekday for the newest iStock. We'll fill you in on everything you need to know in 3 minutes or less. Only on 918thefan.com. Hey, this is Kana Shimi, and we're back with Kana's Corner. And sitting in the corner with me today is Kyle Hebert. I told you wasn't going anywhere.
I'm still here. It sounds like you're introducing a boxing match. You're like, and then in this corner, oh yes.
I should do that. That's a great stick for my show.
And with voicing Ryu, I guess it's appropriate, right? It's not boxing, but, you know, fighting.
I think Ryu would aptly kick my butt, though.
He might, but, you know, he's only a fighter part of the time. The rest of the time, he's a lover. It's all good. It's all good.
Well, what other video games have you been in recently besides Street Fighter?
Well, latest is this small movie that is making a few dollars at the box office called Avatar. I'm not in it, but I am in the video game. I'm actually voicing the lead playable character on the Wii version. My name is in the credits for PS3 and Xbox, but I don't recall doing voices for that. I think they just slapped the credits on all versions of the games. But I definitely Ryuk, which is the Navi character on this game set on planet Pandora, and it's about 20 years before the movie. And you can go around, you know, shaking your Wiimote left and right, and fighting those bad humans. I don't know if you've seen Avatar yet, but kind of like Dances with Wolves meets Pocahontas meets Braveheart against a sci-fi backdrop. And I mean, it's amazing visuals. The story, you've probably seen it before, but it's done in a really unique way, and it's just a feast for the eyes. And this is a movie that people really need to get out to the theater and see in 3D. And if you have the right TV for it, actually the PS3 version, I think, can actually give you 3D graphics. It's pretty cool. A friend of mine got a playing kit for his TV and all this, and it's like, wow, it looks like I can touch it even though it's graphics. Weird.
Yeah, everybody's been telling me to go see it in IMAX, and I know that there are TVs out there that have like 3D capabilities, and it'll be neat to see, more games with that in the future, like Street Fighter. Hadouken at your face.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I got a shirt a couple months ago at a con that looks like Heineken, but it says Hadouken on it, and everyone just does a double take. And it's like, oh, nice shirt, right? Like.
I get the joke now.
Yes, I'm inside. Hoo-ah.
Well, that's really neat. Hopefully you'll have a lot more projects coming up in video games. And it's really cool to be a part of the Avatar thing, since it's exploded in such, a small amount of time in the theaters.
Yeah, I didn't think it would do that well, because sci-fi movies, I mean, I'm a huge James Cameron fan, always have been. And I thought, well, how is he going to top Titanic? That's like the biggest thing of all time, right? But in no time, it beat Dark Knight, and it's coming up close to Titanic's profits, and people keep jam-packing the theaters, and as well as they should, in my opinion, just because, it's in this day and age of high-def TVs and all this stuff and Blu-ray, you can get a much better presentation a lot of the time at home, more bang for your buck with all the special features in this, that, and the other. But this, I would say, for what you get, the visuals alone are well worth the cost of admission.
Well, hopefully everybody now will go pick up the Wii game, or at least rent it, either one, because we know you're in it.
Yay! Awesome. Yes, I do a lot of RPGs. I'm not really into RPGs myself, but they have been a huge part of my bread and butter in the past. I do sign a lot when I go to cons. I'll sign a lot of autographs for Tales of Symphonia. Again, a Wii version of that, and like Growlancer and things escape my mind now, but my website has like voice credits, so.
Well, I actually am replaying Growlancer right now, so that's pretty hilarious. You seem to be a big gamer yourself. Are you playing anything, new at the moment, or are you too busy?
Unfortunately, I'm not busy. So what do I do when I'm not busy? I twiddle my thumbs and wait for the phone to ring. Now, I play a lot of Modern Warfare 2. I'm not in it, but I do love that game. It's highly addictive. I love first-person shooters. So Halo 3 and Left 4 Dead and games like that just suck up a lot of my time. I haven't fallen prey to Warcraft. I'm a console gamer, so I haven't been sucked in. I'm told people lose loved ones to that all the time. It's like, he used to work here, now he plays Warcraft. Oh,
well, hopefully you won't fall under that spell. But besides playing video games, you also, when you're not doing, steady voice acting work, you're also doing your voiceover classes over Skype, correct?
Yeah, and I was leery about calling it classes, because I call it voiceover consultation, because what I do is just critique, and I aim this at folks that are trying to get in the industry, who are just interested in finding out what is voice acting like, when you read for a commercial or try out for an animated project, what is that like, and do I have what it takes? And I stress to people on my website with my disclaimer that it's like, I'm not a fast track into the industry. Not any one class or teacher would be, It's just one of many steps. It's a learning process that takes an investment of time and energy, and obviously, money. Just like you go to college to train to be whatever and get a major and get a degree in something. With voice acting, you got to spend time learning the craft from various sources. And the angle I've chosen to do is taking my time in the industry and my experiences and be able to channel that to help someone who's trying to get into it, and to help them learn and understand, well, where am I at this point? Do I have a chance? Do I have a shot at it? What do I need to work on? What are my strengths? It's like, how does this work? Let's break it down. So if you're a new voice actor, or you have some recorded samples because your friends and family go, oh, they told me I can do voices. Well, we sit there and say, okay, that's great, you can do voices, but can you act? Can you really bring a character alive? Can you discern what the writer's intent is behind a commercial and all that? So my private voice acting consultation is something that I do online on Skype. And so people don't even need a webcam. They just need a headset and microphone. I just need to be able to hear you. And then we spend the hour going over stuff. If you have a demo, I will break that down and critique each little excerpt and say what worked and what didn't. And if you don't have a demo, then we'll just jump right ahead to doing what I call script workouts. It's like I've got these script samples of commercials and animation you can try out as anime characters, quite honestly, and we'll give you a couple takes and break down what's going on and what's my motivation and all that cliche stuff. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I launched that a couple months ago, and it's just another avenue for people to consider, and I hope they do. I've got deals going here and there, but it's basically $75 for the hour, and that's about half price for your average private session with other voice acting people. And there are other far more experienced people doing this sort of thing, but that's why I put out there that it's like, I'm doing voice acting critiques and consultation. I'll tell you where you are and tell you and give you some one-on-one time, more so than attention that I could give any one person at a convention. I do a panel at conventions. I'll be doing it this weekend at Anime LA called Anime Auditions, the process, where people from the audience can come up and try out. And I do the same thing. I'll critique, and we'll do a mock audition sort of environment, and we'll work through that thing. It's like, all right, well, pull into this emotion a little more. It's like, how well can you take the curveballs the director throws at you? Like, pitch the voice up, go down, go up in energy, pull back a little bit softer. What sort of things? Or do you freeze up? Or do you get shy? Or do you just sound wooden? Do you sound like you're reading? Or can you lift that copy up off the page and bring it to life?
Now, would you say that these sort of, not classes, but consultations and critiques, would you say they would work also for not just animation, but maybe commercial work or anything like that, maybe podcasts, those sort of things as well?
Yeah, I think so. I don't focus on radio, but I focus on the other, the driving force in money and profit for anyone in voiceover, and certainly the agents and everyone, is actually commercials. Animation is just a very small niche. Even in LA, where all the work seems to be, or a lot of it, commercials is still the big thing. So it's very, very important that people getting into voice acting broaden their horizon, saying, I want to be an anime voice actor. It's like, well, that's a very niche thing. It is competitive, just like on camera, but it's a very small thing compared to the breadth of products or projects out there. There's cartoons, there's the growing industry of video game work, which is great. That's what I mostly do. That's what I mostly audition for, video games. There's audiobooks, there's commercials, there's interactive sort of corporate narration, there's training videos, there's different avenues of voiceover that aren't necessarily as fun as doing an animated character or anything, but I love it all. I geek out about all of it. So I try to open and broaden perspectives, as it were, and get people that's like, well, I want to learn acting. I want to learn what this is about, and I want to share my passion with other people who have passion for it.
Well, very nice. I'm sure a lot of our fans will check it out, and we can find it at your website. What's the URL of that?
Okay, well, I'll spell it out because a lot of people think my last name is Herbert or Hebert, but it's spelled like that, but it's KyleHebert.com, Kyle, Hebert.com. You can find all the info about the private voice acting consultations on Skype. You can also find links to the podcast that I co-host called The Big Ball Broadcast.
If it makes you feel better, I was actually calling you Kyle Herbert as well, but we had Liam on the show yesterday, and behind the microphone, I don't want to take credit for it, so I'm going to say that he did it. He was like, just so you know, it's Hebert. And I'm like, thank you for warning me.
Yay, Liam.
So I assume that problem happens a lot at conventions and whatnot.
It does, but that's fine. You know, I didn't come up with a stage name. I wanted to do my family proud, so hailing from Louisiana, where Hebert is just as common as Smith, but then you get in any other state, they're like, oh, hi, Mr. Hebert. I'm like, okay.
Not my name, just so you know.
That's right. Maybe I should have been Kyle Smith. People don't screw up Smith. But that's okay.
But that's too boring.
I know, right? No, it's fine. It totally. I mean, I've heard mispronunciations all my life. It just rolls off.
Well, thank you for telling us about your classes. Is there any other thing you wanted to promote about your website, or maybe your Twitter, your Facebook?
Oh, yeah. Well, again, a little plug for Big Ball Broadcast, which is a geeky news podcast, because, you know, anime fans are also into movies and tech, and, you know, we talk about social media and stuff. So thebigballbroadcast.com. We got all our episodes, of course, posted there. We usually stream live on Stickcam on Thursday nights. Not this week, but, you know, we're still recovering from holidays and such. But we like to stream live and get a chat room in there every week. And the details on that and everything are at thebigballbroadcast.com. Of course, I'm a social media whore. I'm on Facebook, facebook.com/Kyle Hebert, twitter.com/Kyle Hebert. You can email me on kylehebert.com. I'm probably the most interactive voice actor there is, and have been since I started on Dragon Ball Z back in 2000.
So you actually respond to a lot of fan emails when you have the time, correct?
Oh, absolutely. I try to get back to people within a day, if possible. And yeah, I once in a while will get handwritten letters. You remember those?
No, what are those? Those are strange.
I know, there's this alien contact sort of thing. And then, you know, people typed letters. And now there's this fancy thing called the interwebs. But no, the internet and social media has been a blessing, I think. It's connected a lot of voice actors to their fans and otherwise they haven't been able to, because either they just haven't had the time or the inclination or the knowledge of, you know, putting a website together or having the time to do email. But with Facebook, especially the prevalence of Facebook and Twitter, people are connecting and reconnecting with old schoolmates and friends and making new ones, and it's just amazing to me.
It is pretty insane. I mean, the more we get into the social networking, the more we're like, wow, how does simple sentences attract so many people?
Yeah, and you've seen the power of Twitter, for example, can affect box office. You know, it's like, we used to kind of just depend on Siskel and Ebert, or, you know, 2 thumbs up and wait for the reviews in the paper and on the news. But now you get word of mouth, and that's the most powerful thing there is out there. It's like, what does the average Joe consumer think about this product, movie, song, show, whatever? And it's an instant live stream of information that can be overwhelming, quite honestly, but it's so great too. And people with their cell phones having instant connections and online, and we're all kind of living second lives. It's a little bit creepy sometimes, but because you walk around and people are like walking into the intersections, texting and causing car wrecks and this, that, and the other. It's like, quick, let's get together. And then everyone gets together and socializes and tells jokes and have fun for like 5 seconds. Then they whip out their cell phone and they're checking their email and they're texting.
Yep, pretty much. But
guilty as charged.
We will post all of those links on the website after the interview, so you are free to stalk Kyle Hebert. And that way, you can listen to the interview later if you missed any of the beginning of it.
Yay, we like that.
Now I'm going to ask you for a sort of 918 tradition that's starting to catch on. What we try and do is ask the voice actors on air if they would be willing to provide a bump for us.
Sure.
Now I was wondering if you could say, I'm, your name here, voice of your choice, and you're tuned in to 918 The Fan.
Okay, I can do that. Hello, this is Kyle Hebert, the voice of Ryu in Street Fighter IV, Kiba on Naruto, Aizen on Bleach, and the narrator from Dragon Ball Z. And you're listening to 91.8 The Fan.
Thank you very much. That's awesome. We really appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for having me here. I've had a really good time.
Well, awesome. Hopefully you can come on the show later in the month, the week, whatever. We'll promote it, so don't worry about that. For all the fans who missed it, once again, you can get the interview on our site probably around tomorrow, which will be awesome. And we're going to tune out with Kyle Hebert, so say goodbye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Just so you know, iStock has been posted up on the site for all of your anime news, and you can still win a Naruto poster by sending me an email at kanashimi@918thefan.com. We're going back to the tunes, and thanks for tuning in.